Hey, if I asked you what is God's biggest beef with you, what would you say? I think most Christians would say, well, gosh, there's my tongue, there's my anger, my lack of faith. The list is kind of endless, right? But those things all kind of fall under theologically what we call sanctification. It's where God is trying to make you look less like the world and more like Him. But a lot of times I think people think that that's Christianity. I need to sin less this week, and that's my big calling. And all I can say is, oh my gosh, God has such bigger plans for you, and I want to talk to you about that today. First of all, let's think about what's God's nature. To figure out God's nature, let's just look at Satan. Satan, what does the Bible say? What's he about all the time? Steal, kill, and destroy. Well, God is the opposite. He gives. He brings to life, and then He heals too. That's what He's about all the time. And so the crazy thing is that He's looking for partners in this life. And He's looking for you to be His secret agent. He's looking to you to be His ambassador out into the world. And so when you start thinking about what's our biggest beef, that for Him to do that, we have to be connected with Him at a deep level. And that's what I would say is His biggest beef with us, is that we are not truly connected with Him. We don't, I think we like God's presence, but we want a little bit of it along the way because we like our independence. We are self-dependent. That is our biggest problem. And so it's all about getting connected at a deep level. And practically, I would say, first of all, the thing to do is, first of all, to have a quiet time. So if you don't have a quiet time, you need to start one and or get back to one. That's job one. Let's get back to having a quiet time. And do me a favor, don't read devotionals. They're fine, but read them after the Scriptures. You have to read the Scripture. It's living and God-breathed. It has an effect on your soul. It feeds your soul. Now, while you're doing this daily devotional, it's not just about knowledge. Your biggest job is to connect with Him. And here's a picture I want you to try to work through, to live through. And this is what I do. And I say, and this is scriptural, I say, I am dying of thirst every day, even when I don't feel like it, but I'm dying of thirst and I am wandering through the desert. That's called life. And I have got to find His oasis. I've got to find His living water. What did Jesus say all the time? I will be a spring of living water, okay? That's what we need. We need to get to that oasis and get His living water in us and get filled up. And then guess what happens? We become an agent of God. When we are filled up with His presence, then all around us, the lost feel His presence. And the godly do too. The sons of God do too. But He becomes active in the world. He can then get into you, and He gets out into the world. This is job one. This is what He wants to do with you. And the amount of things He wants to accomplish in a life of ministry together as partners is unending. And it really answers that deepest call, what is God's will for me? Well, this is where it starts. Get connected deeply, and let Him live through you and out into the world every day. God bless you. Hey, if you are an ICC follower in the past, you have received 2 videos every week, and one of those is a Wednesday video, and we focus on the work we're doing around the world, how we're transforming the lives of persecuted Christians. And the other one, the Sunday video, is a spiritual video. And I make those because, you know, the persecuted church suffers enormously for their faith, and that suffering drives them so deep with God. And just one example, 20 years ago, this was my introduction to the persecuted church. I'm in China. I say, get me a meeting with pastors who have been in prison for 10 plus years. And I meet with this group of pastors, and they're so amazingly deep. And here was the key thing I walked away with. And I said, what's your biggest worry about the Chinese church? And they said, our biggest worry is that the guys following behind us haven't been arrested and beaten and tortured and murdered like we were. And they were saying that suffering they had been through drove them deep, deep with God. And that's why I love to teach their lessons, to teach what I've learned from them. It's transformational. Most people that come in contact with a persecutor would say the same thing. So if you want to keep receiving those Sunday spiritual videos, follow the link, go over to my blog site, and you'll keep getting those. Let's keep going on the journey together. God bless you.